The first ethical issue in artificial intelligence is unemployment. The hierarchy of labor is concerned primarily with automation, as we have invented ways to automate jobs. We could create room for people to assume more complex roles, moving from physical work that dominated the pre-industrial globe to the cognitive labor that characterized strategic and administrative work in our globalized society. Look at trucking. It currently employs millions of individuals in the United States alone. What will happen to them if the self-driving trucks promised by Tesla's Elon Musk became widely available in the next decade? But on the other hand, if we consider the lower risk of accidents, self-driving trucks seem like an ethical choice. The same scenario could happen to the office workers as well as to the majority of workforce in developed countries. This is where we come to the question of how we are going to spend our time. Most people still rely on selling their time to have enough income to sustain themselves and their families. We can only hope that this opportunity will enable people to find the meaning in non-labor activities such as caring for their families, engaging with their communities, learning new ways to contribute to human society. If we succeed with transition one day, we might look back and think it was barbaric that human beings were required to sell the majority of their waking time just to be able to live. Second issue, inequality. Our economic system is based on compensation for a contribution to the economy, often assessed as using an hourly wage. The majority of companies are still dependent on hourly work when it comes to products and services, but by using artificial intelligence, a company can drastically cut down on relying on human workforce, and this means that revenue will go to fewer people. Consequently, individuals who have ownership in AI-driven companies will make all the money. We are already seeing a widening wealth gap where startup founders take home a large portion of economic surplus they created. In 2012 to 14, roughly the same revenues were generated by the three biggest companies in Detroit and the three biggest companies in Silicon Valley. Only in Silicon Valley there were 10 times fewer employees. If we truly imagining a post-work society, how do we structure a fair post-labor economy? Third issue, humanity. Artificial intelligence bots are becoming better and better at modeling human conversation and relationship. In 2015, a bot named Eugen Gottesman won the Turing challenge for the first time. In this challenge, human raters used text input to chat with the unknown entity, then guessed whether they had been chatting with a human or a machine. This machine fooled more than half of the human raters into think that they have been talking to a human being. This milestone is only the start of an age where we will frequently interact with machines as if they are humans, whether in customer service or sales. While humans are limited in the attention and kindness that can expend on another person, artificial bots can channel virtually unlimited resource into building relationships. Even though not many of us are aware of this, we are already witnessing to how machines can trigger the reward center in human brain. Just look at clickbait headlines and video games. These headlines are often optimized with A/B testing, a rudimentary form of algorithmic optimization for content to capture our attention. This and other methods are used to make numerous video and mobile games become addictive. Tech addiction is the new frontier of human dependency. On the other hand, maybe we can think of a different use for software which has already become effective at directing human attention and triggering certain action. When used right, this could evolve into an opportunity to nudge society towards more beneficial behavior. However, in the wrong hands, it could prove detrimental. Fourth issue, artificial stupidity. Intelligence comes from learning. Whether you are human or machine, systems usually have a training phase in which they learn to detect the right patterns and act according to their input. Once a system is fully trained, it can then go into test phase where it is hit with more examples and we see how it performs. Obviously, the training phase cannot cover all the possible examples that a system may deal with in the real world. These systems can be fooled in ways that humans wouldn't be. For example, random dot patterns can lead a machine to see things that aren't there. If we are relying on AI to bring us into a new world of labor, securing and efficiency, we need to ensure that the machine performs as planned and that people can't overpower it to use for their own ends. Fifth issue, racist robots. Through artificial intelligence, it is capable of a speed and capacity of processing that's far beyond that of humans' capacity. It cannot always be trusted to be fair and neutral. Google and its parent company Alphabet are one of the leaders when it comes to artificial intelligence, as seen in Google's photo service where AI is used to identify people, objects and scenes. But it can go wrong, such as when a camera missed the mark on racial sensitivity or when a software used to predict future criminals showed bias against people. We shouldn't forget that AI systems are created by humans who can be biased and judgmental. Once again, if used right or if used by those who strive for social progress, artificial intelligence can become a catalyst for positive change.